doing a quick video here on measuring your dog's neck size. What you can do is you can take an existing collar. I'm going to take this off though. I'm going to do it the exact measurement way first. First, you can if you don't have a tape measure, you can take something like this is just a USB cord. So you can find something around your house to get an accurate measurement, but for the sake of the tape measure, I'm going to do that first. What you're going to want to do is where your dog measures, or where your dog wears rather, their collar currently, you're going to want to take a tape measure and get an exact, you want to zoom in on this, babe? An exact neck size measurement. You're not going to want to make it loose. You're not going to want to be able to stick like 2 fingers under comfortably, because what we do is we actually make the collars to fit precisely with the size measurement you give us. We usually typically have a range of 5 holes, with the neck size that you give us being the center one, unless you tell us that your pup is a puppy, in which case we can make the first hole that size so they have plenty of room to grow. So for example, Cha-Cha's measuring at, where she wears her collar, at 11 and a half inches. 11 and a quarter to 11 and a half inches. So on our website, you would select 11 and a half because we go by half-inch increments on the site. So that's the neck measurement that you're going to want to give us. Now, here is another way. Here's her existing collar. For our collars, it's a little bit different to measure because we make them, if you want to zoom in on this, we make them with the D-ring in the most secure place. So you're not always going to be able to measure every single collar the way traditional collars are made. For example, like ours, you wouldn't be able to measure that way because you would actually have to start where the buckle is. But in a traditional collar, the buckle is at the end, or in the collars that you clip together. So what you could always do is you could take a tape measure or a ruler, and you could measure where the buckle actually starts, and then measure it to the hole that your dog is actually wearing the collar to. For example, for our measurement, we would take it from the buckle and then, you know, measure it out, which actually comes up to the hole she wears it on to be exact. Same thing with like a string or a wire or something. You can do the same thing. Get it a nice firm measurement, hold it where you measure it, and then you can always take it to something like a ruler. Practically everybody has a ruler somewhere laying around the house. So not everybody has a tape measure, soft tape measure. Or even a hard tape measure, and then you can do the same thing. And I don't know if you can see here, if you can zoom in on that, but measuring it that way gave me the same exact neck size as it did measuring with the regular tape measure around her neck. So that's how we size. And just really quickly, I'm going to also put a regular document on our site to get this message across better. This is a cute little Vortex 1.5 inch collar here. On our holes, for example, if this was the collar I was making for Cha-Cha, this center hole right here would be 11 and a half inches. And she's pretty much already full grown. She's about 1.5 years, almost 2 years, about 1.5 years old. So I would want, you know, she's an adult practically. She's not going to get much bigger. So the center hole would be the 11 and a half inch mark. So she would have room to fluctuate 2 inches this way and 2 inches that way. You know, depending on if she loses weight or gains weight, or, you know, just however I want it to fit if we're going somewhere. And I want it to be a little bit more snug because I don't want her to slip out of it, or she's not really a pooler, but or if, you know, she tends to put on a little bit more weight later on in life, she can continue to wear the collar because I can expand it a couple inches. Now, if your dog is a puppy, you can let us know that in the comment section that your dog is a pup. If we can start the holes at the neck size, then we would make the 11 and a half inch hole right here. That way you can get the maximum use out of your collar. And use it throughout the life of your dog. But yeah, so that's just a quick video on measuring your dog's neck size. I'm going to put it into print too, so you don't necessarily have to watch the video and maybe give just a little bit more visual aid in measuring, because for whatever reason we have a really hard time with people understanding the exact way to measure your dog. And it's really as simple as it sounds. It's your dog's exact neck measurement based on the soft tape measure that you use, or a string or random wire around your house that you find that you measure, hold off, and then actually measure the length of. Because every collar is made one at a time by hand, that is, we literally make every collar by hand, custom fit to the neck size that you give us. So if you measure collars a certain way for martingales, that's not the next size you're going to want to give us, because that's actually the circumference, the largest area of the head, which I'll probably have to do another video about that when we start offering the martingales on our site, you know, to the general public, as a regular option for you guys. But for the traditional collars that we offer, again, it's the exact neck size. If you have any questions, feel free to post them in the comment section, hit us up on Facebook. But hopefully this cleared up any confusion around how to measure your dog's neck. Thank you very much for watching, and see you on the next video.